Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Red, White, Pink Slip Blues by Hank Williams Jr. And it starts out with this really cool little lick where you can play the open D string and then kind of do a hammer-on to the second fret on the D string. And I'm actually shifting this by octave. If you want to do a drop D thing, go right ahead. I'm working this lesson in standard. But you can play open D and do a hammer-on to second fret on the D, and then an open G string to kind of lead into our main verse chorus, actually, or what becomes our verse chorus, starting on an A minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second, and third finger on the G second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now, around A minors in general, you may dig on lifting off the first finger, making that an A sus2, or you could add in the pinky on the B third for an A suspended and kind of say some stuff around it. Or you could lift off the third finger for an A minor 7, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7, or you could work an A7 sus, doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Sounds more unresolved, but that might make some of the changes a little bit easier if you're trying to avoid some things. And you'll hear this cool little lick around the A minor, where if you take the regular A minor and then kind of work the second fret of the G string, and then lift the third finger to go back to the open G, back to second, open G, and then second fret on the G. Kind of alternating between those notes. It's kind of a lick on the A minor chord. That 2, O2, O2, 2, O2, O2, 2, O2, O2, 2, O2, O2. And you'll kind of hear that lick when we go into our F major chord. And normally you do that, and we'll talk about some really easy ways to play this. But normally you do this as a first fret bar, second finger on the G second, third finger on the A third, and the pinky on the D third. If you strum all those together, the beautiful sound of an F major bar chord. Now if you're just starting out though, a good substitute for that can be an F major 7. Doing first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the G second, and third finger on the D string third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7 chord, which can be a cool substitute for that. Or you can, especially if you're looking for really easy ways out, you may dig on an F major 13, doing first finger on the G second, second finger on the D third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. That might be kind of a cool option if you want to work the A7 sus to the F. And you can actually kind of keep that lick going around the F chords, actually. Kind of working that 2, 2, O2, O2, 2, 2, O2, O2. And I'm working those as hammer-ons, kind of a 2, 2, open G, hammer on the second, open G to second, hammer on idea. So you kind of have that F, O2, O2, F, O2, O2, which you can kind of bring out as a lick. Or randomly on the bar F, you may want to dig on kind of lifting off the bar and doing just the first finger on the low E string. And then that way you can kind of work just the low 4 strings, E, A, D, and G, to kind of get that same lick, but keeping it heavy if you're kind of dig on that. And there's a couple different strumming options you may want to think about through the song. You could even work just kind of a down count, and actually that's kind of how I was working that lick. It's kind of an A minor, kind of an A down on each chord. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that kind of an idea. Or you could work a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So to the A minor, just tried that a lot. You had down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down. It's kind of two ways you could kind of approach it with that pattern. You could either work it a really slow down, down, up, down, up. Or if you're quick enough, you can kind of get 2 to fit into one measure. Kind of A minor, A minor, ideas. So you want to experiment with that. Or what it really sounds like is more of a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. So kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what of my favorite 16th note patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by that is if you take the A minor and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. And what you could do is even kind of take the flat of your right hand, lay it down on top of the saddle, and kind of get a little bit of a muting sound. And that can be very, very cool with that pattern. Or trying to bring out the lick could be cool too. A minor, F. So we want to kind of experiment with that and kind of find a way that works for you. And then from there, then we'll be going into our verse part. And our verse actually kind of keeps that same progression going until the very end. Actually, you'll kind of hear this push where we do the F major, and then we almost kind of half that, actually kind of a 4 down count on the F to a G major. And normally you do that first finger on the A second, second finger on the low E third, and third finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, the beautiful sounds of G major. Now, you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your G. And the weird part there is we're kind of halving things. So if you're doing the down, down, up at the really slow pace, when you get to that F G, you may want to do just a down, down, up on each chord. Or if you're doing the times 2 on the down, down, up, you have enough time for 1 pattern on each chord. Or if you're doing the 16th pattern, then you may want to do just half the pattern, just the down, 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 up on each of those chords. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could take the F with the down, 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 up, and then go to the G with the up, down, down, up, down. So kind of a split pattern out here. F, down, down, up, G, up, down, down, up, down. So try that first verse. That way you really could work any of those ways we've been talking about. So that really slow pace, down, down, up, down, up. Or if you're quick enough, you may want to kind of dig on that times 2 idea. A minor, or if you're digging on the 16th, A minor, kind of switch between them. Actually, it can be kind of cool. Kind of do what rhythmically you're feeling. One other thing I'd think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, up, you could throw a bass note in for the chord. So on the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you'd have B for the bass. And on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. So you can kind of work the chorus with kind of a bass down, up, down, up. And we get that same halving thing for the F and G. So on that part, you may want to do just a bass down, up on each of those chords. Kind of working the slow pace down, down, up, down, up. So you have the A minor, down, up, down, F bass, down, up, down, A minor bass, down, up, down, F bass, down, G bass, down. Or you could do the times 2 idea, kind of get 2 of the A minors, 2 of the Fs. Basses, this would be cool. You could work it off a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up. intro, actually, just kind of vamping on the A minor. You can kind of bring back those intro licks, or randomly there is this other cool little lick that kind of turns up there, where you could play 7th on the G as a slide to 9. So I'm kind of playing 7th on the G and kind of leaving enough pressure to get the sound to kind of carry to 9th fret. And then we go 8th fret on the high E. And then we go 5th fret on the G is kind of a hammer or a slide to 7 on the G, 7 on the high E. And then we got 4th fret on the G is a slide to 5th, and then 5th fret on the high E. So you want to kind of use that lick, especially if you're playing lead behind somebody on the song. You could work that 7, 9, 8, 5, 7, 7, 4, 5, 5. And randomly, because of the key that we're in, actually, you may want to play around with something called an A minor pentatonic scale. And I have a video on Munson Jam Tracks, actually, that goes over a lot of licks with this. But your main pattern 1 for A minor, I'm going to start 5th fret on the low E string to 8th fret on the low E, and then 5 to 7 on the A, and then 5 to 7 on the D, 5 to 7 on the G, 5 to 8 on the B, and then 5 to 8 on the high E. So the notes you're playing are kind of an A and a C, and a D and an E, and then a G and an A, and a C and a D, and an E and a G, and an A and a B. So that's what we call a pentatonic scale for 5 notes: A, C, D, E, G. And then those start over. A, C, D, E, G. Then those start over. Because we got another A and a C. So if you're interested, this would be a really cool track to jam over. You could work hammer-on licks in that scale, pull-off licks in that scale, slide licks in that scale, hammer-on licks or hammer-on pull-offs. Combinations could be cool. Trills. You could work double stops, working 2 notes at the same time. You could do bends. That I like to do, actually, sometimes I'll kind of play a little piece of the chord and then make up a lick. Play a little piece of the chord, make up a lick. So because of the pacing, actually, this would be a really cool tune to kind of work that idea through. And then from there, then we'll be going into our second verse. So we have our A minor. Take this idea too of kind of the hammer-ons and the pull-offs around the chords. Could be very cool to play around with. Kind of experiment with those other chord possibilities we were talking about. F, G. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus. So our A minor. Especially if you're playing out solo, no pun intended. It can be very cool to kind of take that A minor pentatonic idea, kind of make up a solo for yourself. It's just kind of an instrumental idea. It is a little weird because we kind of end the solo on the A minor chord, but then we come in on the 3rd verse on the A minor. So you got the A minor. that's the basics of how you can strum through Red, White, Pink Slip Blues by Hank Williams Jr. So, good luck. Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there are probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.